Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of On Stage, the Isolation Sessions. We have a treat for you today. We're doing things a little bit differently. We have 5 different songs from 5 different artists, and it's all about life in quarantine. So we've got a little bit of a theme happening, and I have to tell you, pretty darn funny what people have put together. But first I wanted to tell you a little story that I think could only happen in Canada. Now, what would happen if you were a fan of, say, Alan Doyle from Great Big Sea and you wanted to send him a piece of fan mail, but you didn't know his address? Just a little bit of blind faith. Okay, you knew the province, St. John's, Newfoundland. That's where it's going. And a little note on the envelope said, "Thank you for trying, Canada Post." That's all it said. Alan Doyle, the musician from Petty Harbour. So they kind of knew where it was going, but I think only in Canada could it find its way to Alan Doyle's doorstep, 4,000 miles away. So good on Canada Post for the detective work. It just goes to show that Santa Claus is not the only one that can fly without an address. We can put Alan Doyle in that category as well. And all the stories about music have been cheering me up, and I hope cheering you up as well. So many talented people have been streaming their music from home and doing what they've been doing on this show as well, because music can lift our spirits. And that is why we're partnered with Music Heals Canada. You can go to their website to find a ton of great information about how music therapy can heal all of us. So please do go check it out. If you do have extra money to donate, they are accepting donations, but if you don't, I suggest going there anyways because it's got a ton of great info. And now on to today's show. I did promise 5 different songs from 5 different artists, and they are very different. Some of them more different than others, including our first artist. I say that because he's the one actually directing the show from his home. His name is Adam Kennedy, and when he's not working on our program, he's also a comedian. And what he decided to do, because, you know, getting songs submitted from artists all over the world and doing what we've been doing here on OnStage, we've been experiencing and witnessing all the struggles that people do to try and be creative while filming at home, but trying not to make it look crappy. So here is the one and only Adam Kennedy with Ever Since COVID Began.
Well, ever since this COVID began, I've been streaming live music most every night. And ever since this music began, there's just one thing that I can't understand. Why is it no matter if I decide to stand or sit, every single background I'm in front of looks like shit. Front door looks bad, no views to be had. I'm starting to go mad, the barometer looks sad. Every place I play in front of looks like crap. Well, ever since Corona began, I've been looking for views all over my home. And ever since this looking began, there is one thing I just cannot stand. I film in front of a window for a view that is desirous, but I walk in and I'm super dark because of auto iris. This room looks flat, nothing to look at. I put down a nice mat, you can't even see that. Every place behind me looks like junk. Look, even in this room. Yeah, you would think it should look so good. Well, it just does not. No, it does not. Not one bit. And if I open this box, yeah, any takers, it's just jammed full of a bunch of ugly, dumb, and stupid little breakers. Yeah, it's just a breaker box. But maybe if I flick some of these, it'll make my bland house look so much better than it currently does. Well, ever since my power went out, I've been having a hard time filming at all. And now because my power went out, can you see me at all? I have some doubt. I suppose I'll activate the flashlight on my phone they're okay now. I am just way more shown. But wait a sec, on closer inspect, it appears I'm in the Blair Witch Project. Great, now I am falling down my stairs. Well, ever since I fell down my stairs, I've been streaming live music most every night. And ever since this music began, my biggest wish is to have a brand new shiny metal bedpan. Yeah!
And that was Adam Kennedy. And yes, I do know his last name is Kennedy, even though when I was introducing him, I kind of mumbled and said it wrong. I've known Adam for about 10 years or so, maybe even longer. Anywho, he is very funny and he's also directing the show. So I better get his name right because he's the one that controls the cameras and how I look. But that was his little piece of comedy for you. And if you are a fan of 5 Alarm Funk, you will be a very happy camper because the whole band, and if you know these guys, there are a lot of them, got together on, I think, Zoom. Anyway, they got together and they did a song to encourage us all to wash our hands. And it is called exactly that, Wash Your Hands. Here is 5 Alarm Funk.
Hey, hand!
Yeah!
Hey, hand!
Yeah!
Y'all want to wash them with me?
Yeah! I'm gonna wash my hands!
There was a boy lived in the city, up to a quarantine.
And that was the gang from 5 Alarm Funk. If you want to check out more about them, you can go to their website. It's 5alarmfunk.com. And they told me they have a brand new album coming out this summer. So we're hoping this summer is when we can gather in our Hubcast studios and have a live audience and have the whole band on for a show. So we are looking forward to that. And it is time for another Quarantune for you. Here is Ben Klick with a little Quarantine Blues.
I drove home last night from the United States. To my surprise, I was told to be safe. There's something going around up in the air, and I need to stay home and take special care. I asked the officer what I should do when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When I pulled in the drive, the first thing I did was clean out the car and vacuum it. I sanitized everything I owned, then lost at a game of dominoes. There's so many things I can do when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When I sat down on a kitchen chair, I pulled out cards to play solitaire. In the same drawer when I took a look, I found some crayons and a coloring book. That's a few things I get into when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. 2 weeks locked in a room when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. Well, now what do I do?
And that was Ben Klick with Quarantine Blues. If you want to find out more about Ben's music, you can go to benklick.com. Now, Dominique Fricot is an artist you've seen on this show already from his home in Germany, but he sent us another song with his project that he's currently working on called Flora Falls, and it is called Wake Up. And it is super clever because his bandmates are literally all over the world. He's in Germany, he's got a band member in Canada, one in Australia, another in Brazil, and another in India. But they all got together for this little ditty called Wake Up.
As you watch me fall, hold me closer as I sleep. As the dawn breathes in, wake me up before you leave. Oh, 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 oh. Time has passed since we got lost. Oh, 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 oh. Where to turn to find our spark? Wake up. we are God. Like a garden retreats, petals slowly wilting. Colors once dressed me, now the winter starts to freeze. Oh, 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 oh. Time has passed since we got lost. Oh, 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 oh. Will you find me in the dark? Wake up before we fall apart. If time takes over, we are gone. I know that we're worth fighting for. So wake up before we're gone. Wake up before we're gone. Wake up before we fall apart. If time takes over, we are gone. I know that we're worth fighting for. So wake up before we're gone. We are gone. We are gone. Oh, 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 oh. We are gone. Oh, 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 oh.
And that was Flora Falls. If you want to find out more about them, you can go to florafallsmusic.com. And our last quarantune for the day comes from Al Foreman. It is simply titled Something We Can All Relate to, the Self-Isolation Blues. Here it is.
Hello out there in video land. My name's Al Foreman. Got a little tune for you called the Self-Isolation Blues. We're at war with the virus. It's a war we gotta win. We're changing your routine, man. That's the way it could begin. Stay at home. Please, everybody, stay at home. We got to defeat this virus. It's a war we just got to win. Now the people on the front lines, they got a battle plan. You can help the situation, lend a helping hand by staying home. Oh, that's what they want you to do. We gotta defeat the virus, man, they're depending on you. The doctors and the nurses and the healthcare workers, they deserve a standing ovation. They've been working day and night trying to save my life. They need your cooperation. So keep your social distance, shelter in place. We're all in this together. You can help the human race, just stay home. Please, everybody, stay home. If we're at war with this virus, do what you need to do. Now all around the world, people just like you, getting used to self-isolation. The damn coronavirus might be giving you the blues, but you still got communication. So call your friends and neighbors, call your family too. Call upon your inner strength to see this through. And Dr. Bonnie Henry, she's got the best advice. You got to pay attention, man, don't think twice, just stay at home. Oh, everybody please stay home. 'Cause we're at war with this virus, we can't let it win. We beat viruses before we can beat them again. I'll defeat this little virus, man, that's what we got to do. Thank you.
And that was Al Foreman with Self-Isolation Blues. We want to thank all of the artists today for sending us their Quarantunes. All the creativity that's happening all over the internet is, I think, what's helping us all stay sane, or for me, a little insane. I don't know about you, but I'm a little punchy with the staying at home stuff. Anyway, thank you to everybody for sharing their music with us. And we want to thank you for watching, and also thank our generous sponsor, Chambers Plan Group Insurance, for supporting us. And be sure to tune in tomorrow to find out who is on stage.